Hello everyone, today I am Rishabh Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor from the Mechanical Department, taking the lecture of Applied Thermodynamics. Today in this lecture, we will study about the compounding in the steam turbine. As we simply know about the steam turbine working and its principle, the compounding is the way of reducing the wheel or the rotor speed of the turbine to get a optimum value or the result. Then we have three different methods by which we are able to compounding the steam turbine. The first is velocity compounding, second is pressure compounding, and third one is pressure velocity compounding. In a reaction turbine, compounding can be achieved only by pressure compounding. The velocity, what is velocity compounding? That there are the number of moving plates separated by the rings of fixed blades. All the moving blades are keyed on a common shaft. When the steam passes through the nozzle, where it will be expanded to the condenser pressure, its velocity becomes very high. This high velocity steam then passes through a series of moving blades and a fixed blades. When the steam passes over the moving blade, its velocity decreases. The function of the fixed blade is to direct the steam flow without altering its velocity to the following next row moving blade, whereas to work is done on them, and the steam leaves the turbine with allowable velocity. With the help of this diagram, you can see that when the velocity of the steam exiting from the nozzle, it will move upward at the rotating blades. When it will comes at the fixed blade, it will get directed to the directed so that it will transfer to the next blades. The F portion shows the dwell position, that shows it means it will only allow the steam to move on the next rotor or the next blade so that it will move further. By the help of below diagram, you can see that pressure at initial from before the nozzle is higher, and in nozzle the pressure will get decreased, by which the pressure remains constant during all the processes. Either it will move to the fixed blade or a moving blade. And if we're talking about the velocity initially is very lower, by which due to which the nozzle increase its velocity of the steam and it will get rises up. At the moving blade, the velocity get decreased, and in the fixed blade the velocity will remains constant, and again the moving blade will decrease some velocity of the steam. That will be noted as the VE and the pressure PE, as the initial pressure and the velocity is PI and VI. You can see that the fixed blades shows the constant relationship, by which we are able to get high velocity at second stage of the blade. Next we have a pressure compounding. The pressure compounding are the rings of moving blade which are keyed on a shaft in series and are separated by the rings of fixed nozzles. The steam at boiler pressure enter the first set of nozzle and expanded partially. The kinetic energy of the steam thus obtained is absorbed by moving blades. The steam is then expanded partially in second set of nozzles where its pressure again falls and velocity increase the kinetic energy so obtained is absorbed by the second ring of moving blades. By the help of this diagram you can see the fixed blade and the moving blade positioning. Here the arrangement consists of a number of simple impulse turbine in series mounted on a common shaft. The exit steam from one turbine is made to enter the nozzle of the succeeding turbine. Each of the simple impulse turbine would then be termed a stage of the turbine. Each stage comprises its ring of nozzle and blades. The steam from the turbine passes through the first nozzle ring where its pressure drops and velocity increases. The high velocity jet stream is directed on the first moving blade wherein nearby of its velocity is absorbed. The steam pressure remain unaltered. The steam from the first ring of moving blade enter the second ring of nozzle where its pressure is further reduced and velocity increases again. The next ring of moving blade absorbs the velocity obtained from this second ring nozzle. The process is repeated in the remaining rings up until the whole of the pressure has been absorbed. Now, what are the effects of this? That we can see that the total pressure drop of the steam does not takes place in the first nozzle, but in split equally between all the nozzle rings in the arrangement. The effect of absorbing the pressure drop in two stages is to reduce the velocity of the steam entering the moving blade, by which you can see that the velocity entering will get increased and for some portion it will get dwell and again it will come decreasing. It will and the velocity at the different moving stage it will rises up and then moving downward or decreases. It will make a saw up and downs, whereas the pressure about if we talking about the pressure is decreasing as the initially Pi the pressure is very high. As it enter the pressure will get dropped, by which it will enter to the second from the second nozzle it will get dwell and again then it will get pressure drop. Simultaneously it will move further and the pressure will drop, pressure drops and final the pressure remains very low, which will be evaluated as Pe, and the velocity that exit from the turbine that will be Ve. Now we have the pressure velocity compounding. This method of compounding is the combination of two previous discussed methods. The total drop in steam pressure is divided into stages and the velocity obtained in each stages is also compounded. The rings of the nozzle are fixed at the beginning of each stage and pressure remains constant during each stage as shown by the figure in the next slide. The turbine employing this method of compounding may be said to combine many of the advantages of both pressure and the velocity staging. By allowing a greater pressure drop in each stage, less number stages are necessary and hence a shorter turbine will be obtained for a given pressure drop. You can see by the help of a diagram that shown by the figure that MB is the moving blade and SB is fixed blade where N is the nozzle. At every nozzle the velocity will remain same and the pressure will get dropped. The pressure remains constant at the moving blade and the velocity will differ at every end or get decreased. It is a combination of two types of compounding that the total pressure drop of the steam is divided into number of stages. Each stages consist of rings of fixed and moving blades. Each stage consists of ring and fixed and moving blades, and each of the rings of moving blade is separated by a single ring of fixed blade. In each stage there is one ring of fixed blade and 3 to 4 rings of moving blades. Each stage acts as velocity compounding impulse turbine. The fixed blade acts as nozzle and the steam coming from the boiler is passed to the first ring of fixed blade where it gets partially expanded and the pressure partially decreases and the velocity rises correspondingly. The velocity is absorbed by the following rings of moving blade until it reaches the next ring of fixed blade and the whole process is repeated once again. This is the phenomena of pressure and compounding by which we are able to get the velocity compounding and the pressure compounding together, and we will get the benefits of both at a single turbine, and by which we are able to develop a turbine which is very compact and having both features of pressure and velocity compounding. Then we have a reaction turbine compounding. As explained earlier, as a reaction turbine is one in which there is pressure and velocity laws in the moving blade. The moving blade have a converging steam nozzle. Hence, when the steam passes over the fixed blade, it expands with decrease in steam pressure and increase in kinetic energy. This type of turbine has a number of rings of moving blade attached to the rotor and an equal number of fixed blade attached to the casing. In this type of turbine, the pressure drops take place in a number of stages. The steam passes over a series of alternate fixed moving blades. The fixed blade act as nozzles, that is, they change the direction of the steam and also expand it. Then the steam is passed to the moving blade, which further expand the steam and also absorb its velocity, by which you can see that the pressure drop is maximum in this, and the pressure is initially very high and becomes very low at the end of the process. where the velocity at the initial is very low. In during the process it will rise up and make a seesaw pattern, and finally it will act as the same as the initial one. Now thank you for watching this video. Today we have learned about the compounding of the steam turbines, that the pressure compounding, velocity compounding, and the pressure velocity both combined together. Thank you for watching this video.